Hello everyone, welcome back to our Finance Chapels podcast. In this podcast, we go beyond balance sheets and explore the stories that built billion rupees legacies. Today's guest, Mr. Errol Fernandes, isn't just a name in India's top 600 richest people's list. He's a name whispered with respect in every corridor of Bangalore real estate and watching entrepreneurship unfold from his own home. Let's journey back those powerful beginnings where values were richer than rupees and the real currency was a character. In this powerful first episode, Mr. Errol Fernandes, CMD of Ferns Developers and founder of Rosetta, opens up about his childhood, a strong influence of grandmother and mother, and how small college hustles which build the foundation for a business empire. This isn't a just success story. It's a lesson in grit, vision, and grabbing every opportunity. Watch till end and get ready to be inspired by the roots of the visionary. Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast by Finance Chapel. Today we have a person who is behind Rosetta. Not only behind Rosetta, he is a chairman and founder of Ferns and Developers. He is one among the top 600 richest people in India. Recently, he has awarded the Best Entrepreneur of the Year from FKCA, that is a Federation of Konkani Catholic Association from Bangalore. Not only that, he is a part of lot of networking groups like Canara Entrepreneurs, FKCA, KCA, Golf Club, and many more. Along with that, he has started his own venture and that is now successfully running. And not only that, he has 700 plus employees in his organization, which is the biggest achievement. He is none other than Mr. Errol Fernandes, who is with us today, and we are here in Rosetta, who is shooting this podcast. Now, as I said, he is one of the top richest person in India, and not only that, he is a successful entrepreneur. Now, for our viewers, it is very important to learn lessons from Mr. Errol Fernandes. He has went through a lot of challenges. He has went through a lot of up and downs, and now he has reached to this level. Now we are doing this podcast. The main intention of this podcast is a life lessons which we can learn in our life and implement, and we also can become successful like Mr. Errol Fernandes. Okay, welcome Mr. Errol Fernandes to our podcast.
Thank you, Maria.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Now, I just wanted to take back to your childhood life, where how you have started. Is there any clue where you becoming an entrepreneur and how you have imagined your life when you were in childhood?
Okay, so to begin with, I come from a small family of 3 siblings. I'm the eldest son, and I have 2 younger sisters behind me. And my parents were not in business.
Okay.
Dad was in service. He worked for HMT first, and then he went to the Gulf.
Okay.
He worked with British Petroleum. And my mother was a housewife. Then, of course, when she joined my dad, she took up a job in Dubai. But when dad was working for HMT, mom had her entrepreneurial dreams.
Okay.
So I remember we used to have poultry back then.
Okay.
And she also used to do sort of some freelance marketing of different things. So I think, my entrepreneurial genes must have come from there.
Okay.
But otherwise, from both sides of our family, they have always been service oriented.
Okay.
My mother's father rather, he was a planter.
Okay.
So if you can call that entrepreneurial, yes.
Yeah.
And actually, that's why I always wanted to have a plantation, a resort in a plantation.
Yeah.
And that's how Rosetta was born.
Yeah.
This video is being shot at a location called Uzo. There's a bar at Rosetta.
Yeah.
So the drink that you're having there is a cosmopolitan cocktail.
Yeah.
I'm having I think it's a vodka with soda. Yes.
Thank you so much for this.
Most welcome.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, so you're asking me about my childhood.
Yeah.
So that's the closest that the entrepreneurial spirit that was there in Bangalore, in my family. But otherwise, I think I guess it's something that was inborn in me.
Yeah.
That's all that I can say.
Yeah, that we can see truly down here, because that entrepreneurial journey which has started at that time and now it has reached to Rosetta in a national and international level. You talked about your childhood days, where how your mom was started your entrepreneurial journey there. Okay, I think that is a spark which is started there. What about your schooling? Like, where you have done your schooling and how was that life?
I studied in St. Joseph's Boys High School.
Okay.
I graduated from there in, I think, 1979. And then I went to MIT, Manipal, did my engineering electronics from there.
Yeah.
And after that, I went to Dubai to look for a job. My parents are also there.
Okay.
But at that point of time, the oil prices were very low, something like $10 a barrel. So I couldn't get a job.
Okay.
Can you imagine? So I came back to India and I then took up a job working as a sales executive with a computer firm called Albion Computers. In due course, I joined my boss as a partner after 6 months. And that in short was my educational life and before I got into my entrepreneurial journey.
Okay. In your college days, is there any incident where you have started your entrepreneurial journey? Like that, was there anything selling or like marketing? Was there anything was there?
Yes. In Manipal, while I was there, we had 6 different messes in Manipal.
Okay.
4 different cuisines.
Okay.
South Indian veg, South Indian non-veg, North Indian veg, North Indian non-veg, and a cosmopolitan mess. So I was in charge of the cosmopolitan mess. The students were given the responsibilities. Then I was looking in the tender forms and I saw the rates and things like that. I noticed that the local vendors were sort of charging on the higher prices.
Okay.
And it so happened that my cousin from Moodbidri, he had a pickle industry.
Okay.
Canara pickles.
Okay.
So I contacted him and I asked him to send me his rates. And he sent me the rates and I compared it. I thought, we could now sell his pickles here.
Yeah.
So I kind of represented him and I took a dealership from him.
Okay.
And I submitted my quotations for the pickle items. And the Konktas who were monopolizing then, they're wondering who this young guy is coming here and disrupting our business. But anyway, it went through and then we got the order for 1 year.
Okay.
And that happened to be my, I think, third year or the final year. And then we supplied pickles over there for the first 2 years. So that was my first taste of business.
Wow, that was fantastic. I think then that entrepreneurship is there in your gene. Okay, even though your mom and dad were not into that, but somewhere whatever they have done, that has came into your life, as well as from there you have picked up.
That's
okay.
Right.
Yeah. Now after that, what happened? Like, is there any moment or challenge which you saw in your life which has turned totally or changed your life?
Yes, I mean, for example, see, when I went to Dubai to look for a job, it was a blessing in disguise I didn't get a job.
Okay.
Because had I got a job there, I probably would have been stuck like a duck in Dubai.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, while there would have been no regrets, maybe I would have been earning handsomely.
Correct.
But I don't know if after working there for so many years and enjoying the relatively peaceful and sedentary life in Dubai, I would have come down to Bangalore and then had the guts to start a business.
Correct.
Because when you're young, your blood is young and you can take the risks.
Correct.
Because there's nothing much at stake.
Correct.
So I came back down to Bangalore and I joined this computer firm called Albion Computers. Mr. Romney Kamath has started this firm. So I joined him as a salesperson. I worked there for 6 months. And then after 6 months, I made an offer to Mr. Kamath for me to join him as a partner with certain business ideas and how we could improve the business.
Correct.
And he very nice of him to accept it. And we ran the business for 2 years. And then during that time, I had attended some interviews in Dubai.
Okay.
So and I got one concrete offer, couple of concrete offers, in fact, asking me to come and join there. I was drawing, even as a partner, my salary here was just 2,000 or 2,500 rupees a month.
Okay.
And I was, those days we didn't have scooters.
Yeah.
We had scooters, but your entry-level bike was a Suega.
Okay.
So that's the bike that I had. I could afford to buy with my salary. I didn't want to take money from my dad to buy a bike.
Okay.
And but I didn't take up that offer in Dubai because I thought to myself that if I do that and I get used to that kind of life, then coming back to India and starting a business won't be possible.
Correct.
So when I gave my dad, when I informed my dad about my decision, he was like very surprised and taken back. And he thought like I'm not thinking along the right lines. So I spoke to him. Those days there were no mobiles. You had to make a trunk call.
Correct.
So he called me up on the weekend and he said like, what was I thinking and what was my thought process? When I explained the whole thing to him, and I must give him full credit to both my dad as well as my mom who was standing by me and for agreeing, because they didn't understand how you spell business, but they still believed in me. And they said, okay. And I told them, see, I would like to risk 2 years of my life while I'm still single and try my hand at business. And if it works out, great. And if it doesn't work out, I can always come back to Dubai and take up a job and get back to where I was supposed to be. So they wholeheartedly agreed. And my two sisters also, I must say, supported me because one was studying in Dubai and the other one was working. So that helped a lot. And after I worked with Albion Computers, we had to shut down that business. Because it was a very dynamic business. Programming was a new profession in India and more so in Bangalore. I had a third partner. Mr. Kamath was the primary partner. I was the second partner. And then a third partner was the systems analyst. So he would design the systems and then we would write the software and the code and market these packages to different verticals. So during these 2 years, each of our systems analysts, he left. So in these 2 years, 3 of them left every 6 to 8 months to take up a job either in the Gulf or in the US. And it was quite a hassle because the new systems analyst who came in would want to restart all over again. And finally, when my third partner, who himself was the chief system designer, when he left and went to the US, I realized that doing a business where you're dependent on somebody else is not a very good idea. So I decided to shut down the business instead of again employing somebody else because I knew the attrition here was very high. So I got out of the software business and got into real estate. Because I sensed then that my dad being an NRI and I had interacted with a lot of NRIs, that they were wanting to buy properties in India. Bangalore in particular. Bangalore was known as not from the garden city, and it progressed to the NRIs paradise. So I came back down and then that's how I got into real estate.
So before we move into real estate, I just wanted to ask another important question.
Yes.
That is like nowadays, like a lot of youngsters, they wanted to make quick money. So they don't have patience, right? Not all, by the way. And the important thing is they wanted to start something new. Nobody wants to, the majority of them, nobody wants to be there in a 9 to 5 job. For them, if they wanted to be an entrepreneur, what is a message you are saying to them, or what is a precaution which they have to take, or how they have to measure the risk and reward?
So first of all, it takes 9 months for a baby to be born.
Correct.
So that tells us something. So nothing can be made overnight.
Yes.
There is, it takes a lot of hard work. You have to invest your time. You have to make an effort. And for an entrepreneur, I can tell you this because there's so much of this debate going on.
Correct.
There's no such thing as a work-life balance.
Yes.
You have to enjoy what you do and do what you enjoy.
Correct.
That means you have to have a passion for what you're doing. And only if you do that can you be a successful entrepreneur.
Yes.
If you're going to look at your watch and work, or look at the calendar and work and say like, I can't put in this many hours, or if you're going to be counting the hours, then you will not be able to succeed as a business, as an entrepreneur.
Correct.
As an entrepreneur, you literally have to be working round the clock.
Yes.
And you can only do that if you enjoy what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's important that just being a businessman is not like a tag or a status symbol that you have.
Correct.
You should be able to make sacrifices in your life, especially in the early years, in both in terms of time in terms of especially entertainment if you're young, and also when it comes to family.
Yes.
Right? You need the support from them.
Correct.
And you should be able to integrate your family life into your business and vice versa.
Correct. And when we have as you got a support from your parents, from your siblings, when you started your own journey, they trusted you. They believed in you, what you are saying it. So I think that is the most important thing every parents has to do, because when they are young, definitely they have time, they can take risk, and of course, if nothing works, then they can go back to the job and they can do it, whatever they feel comfortable and good. Okay, so I think now entrepreneurship is booming and people wanted to do something new. So in this, every person who is looking into like entrepreneurship, definitely you should be passionate about it. And then definitely you have to put your hard work. You have to take your family together, then only you can succeed in your life. Okay. So now when it comes to your entrepreneurship journey, as you said, you were working in that company and you were a partner as well there. You started shutting down that company and then you moved into your new venture. Like how that started and why you have started that, and whether you were passionate about it or you didn't get anything, that's why you went there. What is the reason?
Okay, so when Dad was in Dubai, he was looking to buy an apartment, and then he asked me. In fact, I suggested to him to buy an apartment because we didn't have a place. He had some properties in Bangalore, but we didn't have an apartment as such.
Okay.
So I suggested to him, and then he said, "All right," in principle. And I did a little bit of research and looked around. And when I looked around and I did the maths and I reverse calculated, I realized that this is a good business where there is a handsome profit to be made. So we went ahead and bought that apartment anyways. And I also realized during this process of research that NRIs were looking to buy properties in Bangalore. So I said, this is a good business to look at. And I said, instead of risking my capital up front, let me do a real estate consultancy.
Okay.
Yeah, where I can help people buy properties. Therein I got to learn the ropes of the business without actually risking my capital.
Correct.
So after 6 months of doing real estate consultancy, I actually bought a small piece of land, started plotted development, and then built on from there.
Wow, that is fantastic. You were in search of your own apartment for your dad and for you people to live, but you saw opportunity there when you are doing the research. I think this is what people has to understand. Like first we have to do a research and then definitely we will see some opportunities, and you took that opportunity and then you have stepped into your entrepreneurship journey. Okay, then what happened? Like what is the one moment which has clicked in your life and you thought of expanding it?
The first project that we did was a very, very basic layout. So there was this landlord called Gopal in in this village called Hurun. Now it's a bustling township in itself, just off the ring road. Back then there was no ring road, and the roads were very narrow. And so I spoke to him and I told him that I would like to buy his land, but that I told him that, but I can't pay it up front.
Okay.
I said I would divide it into plots and then I would pay him as and when I sold and registered the plots.
Correct.
I also gave him an incentive. The cost of land there was 5 lakhs an acre. So I said, instead of 5 lakhs, I'll pay you 1 lakh extra. But I need you to kind of be with me and then and take payment from me when I register the plots.
Okay.
So I was able to convince him to do that, and he agreed. And there were about maybe 10-12 plots in an acre, which I did. And we provided very basic amenities, like it was not even a tar road, we were metal roads.
Okay.
I drilled a bore well, and I provided water connections to the respective plots. Then I put in a couple of street lights and brought electricity to the layout. And what I did was I also built a compound wall.
Okay.
Now when I built that compound wall, it's a very simple thing. But nobody was doing that then. Nobody built a compound wall around layouts.
Okay.
So with that 1 acre, you can say that I was the first person to have done a gated community.
Wow.
Yeah. And when people saw that layout with a compound wall, with a few 10, 12 plots, they had a sense of security.
Correct.
And I was able to sell the plots pretty fast. And that then became a constant feature in all our layouts.
Okay.
So I had the same business model, and because back then nobody bought lands in Bangalore on the outskirts.
Correct.
right? So farmers, if they could sell only when someone wanted to buy. It wasn't like today.
Correct.
Today, they sell when they need the money.
Correct.
Okay, they can anytime sell their properties. But back then, real estate in the outskirts was not very liquid.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there was another guy. Meanwhile, Gopal did well.
Yeah.
He got this money and he went and bought a jeep. Suddenly, the village saw his prosperity and then they heard about it. So I got a lot of inquiries from owners of neighboring lands,
Okay.
asking them to buy their property. So I met a few of them and I happened to like a gentleman. I forget his name now. Anyway, so he had a 5-acre parcel.
Okay.
So I offered him the same business model and he was more than happy to oblige.
Okay.
And I call that layout Roach Enclave.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was named after my mother's side. My mother was from the Roaches. My dad is the Fernandeses.
Okay.
Okay. And the reason I did that was from my mother's side, out of 9 children, I think 7 or 8 of them were in the Gulf.
Oh.
Right. So when I called it Roach Enclave, and I then sent an initial marketing letter to all of them saying that I'm doing this layout in the name of my grandfather, every one of them bought a plot.
Okay.
Okay. So my own uncles and aunts were my first cousins. So by calling it Roach Enclave, that was, looking back, was a good marketing idea.
Correct.
And then I did Roach Enclave 1, Roach Enclave 2, Roach Enclave 3. So they would ask me, how many grandfathers?
Yeah.
So then after that, then I said, okay, enough of roaches. Then I moved on to Ferns Enclave.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's how I, built up this business.
Okay.
But then I realized that besides providing these amenities, a compound wall, electricity, water, that you needed to provide that extra spark.
Correct.
And so I thought of providing a clubhouse with a swimming pool and etc. But to do a project of that magnitude, I would need to buy at least 20-25 acres to make it economically viable.
Yeah.
So then that's when I decided to take in partners.
Okay.
And that's when Austin Roach and Nagaraj joined me as partners.
Yeah.
And that was a turning point in my life because I was able to go into the next orbit.
Correct.
Right? It's important to learn to collaborate.
Yes.
And in order to collaborate, you have to learn to get along with people.
Correct.
Because life is never smooth.
Yeah.
A partnership is like a marriage.
Correct.
At least in a marriage, it's only you and your wife and your husband. So here I had to deal with 2 more people.
Correct.
So it was an important learning experience, but more importantly, the principle of collaboration helped me to grow and reach where I am today.
Yes. Thank you so much for that wonderful lesson. I think what I learned from you with this last 1 or 2 questions and answers what you gave is, the first thing, you are good at marketing and sales back then as well, right? And you have sold your properties for your family members first, okay, and you gained the confidence. And your family members also supported a lot for that, okay, because when you said, okay, I'm doing a lot of things here in the name of my grandfather, like, so then the emotional attachment, I think today's in business, there is a lot of emotional attachment is there, not only in your business, what I'm talking about, whatever business it may be, when there is an emotion attached to it, people are started buying it or attached to that business, which I have seen in my business as well. So that is the first thing. And second thing, what you mentioned about is a collaboration.
Yes.
Many times we think that, okay, we can go alone. No, it is not possible. I think there was one, analogy, right? We can walk along alone, but you can walk far together with other people as well. That is a collaboration which we need, right? Which you have done in your business, and today definitely your business has reached to this because of the collaboration what you are saying. Thank you so much for that.
I just want to add something there.
Yes.
It's not just emotional connect that you need to make with an idea. It also, at the fundamental level, it has to make commercial and business sense.
Yes.
Because maybe your uncle, maybe your auntie, they won't buy unless it makes sense to them.
Correct.
Yeah, of course, the decision making is faster.
Yes.
Because it was called Roach Enclave.
Correct.
But the underlying factors, it has to make business sense.
Correct. So that is good. Okay, now next we'll move on to recently when you are awarded from FKCA, that is Best Entrepreneur of the Year. So I've seen a lot of your videos there which shows gated communities, villas and all. That is not a small project. That is a big project. How is your partnership now? Have you continued in the same way all together, or what happened later? Now you are now leading in Rosetta. You are having your real estate business as well. How you are managing?
Okay. So what happened is in 2007, after we were together for about since 1995, the partnership was formed. So that was about after being 12 years together. Austin and Nagraj, they realized that since we are still at a partnership level, and it was a real estate based business, and the land business is such that different properties are in various stages of acquisition.
Correct.
We had to buy, when you buy land for a particular project or particular location, you have to acquire land from different farmers.
Correct.
So it takes several weeks, not just weeks, but months, sometimes even a couple of years to put a project together. And we were having properties all over Bangalore.
Okay.
So we realized that it's better that we now divide the properties among ourselves and go our own ways, so that then we can chart out our own growth paths.
Correct.
Because after a certain point, as you mature and as you age and as you have a family, more important, then your needs and views start diverging.
Correct.
So Nagraj wanted to kind of get into semi-retirement, and Austin had a dream of building a hotel. While I'm relatively much younger to them, so I was still in the real estate mode, but I was okay to have a separation, and we did it very, very amicably.
Okay.
So that was another good thing, because most partnerships, when they break up or when they separate, there is a lot of animosity about how they separate the assets.
Correct.
But in life, as in business, they should always be give and take. If you start pinpointing each and everything, then they will always have a bad feeling of being shortchanged. Always be a little generous. Doesn't matter if he gets a little more or I get a little less. At the end of the day, it's by and large fair. You shouldn't get too mathematical about it.
Correct.
Yeah, so we decided to go our own ways. And then post 2007, I was always looking to get into leisure, like I explained, to you.
Yeah.
And I bought this property for Rosetta in the year 2009.
Okay.
2 years after we separated. And in the interim before that, my share, I had got a 5-acre land parcel on Outer Ring Road.
Okay.
And as well as another 25-acre parcel off Sarjapur Road. So that 25-acre parcel, I did a joint development, jointly developed with Prestige. And the funds that I got in from there, I used it and built an office space on this 5-acre parcel.
Okay.
Which was about 850,000 square feet. Which at that time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was the single largest office block in Bangalore.
Okay.
And I always like to think big. So I had really designed this building to specifications which was at that point of time. Now there are much better buildings which have come up, but back then it was probably the best building on in the Outer Ring Road. So Microsoft incidentally was looking to hire a place. So when they saw this place, they just fell in love with it.
Correct.
And it also helped that Satya Nadella was my junior in college. And he's the chairman of Microsoft. So more importantly, they liked the building, they liked the location, and then we had negotiations. And I guess they liked the landlord as well.
Yes.
So we signed up, and they signed up a 10-year term.
Okay.
So they are now my only tenants in that building.
Oh, okay.
And so when I started getting this revenue from Microsoft, putting it into land was getting increasingly a challenge in Bangalore. Because there are a lot of disputes and the rates were going up. They were no longer as reasonable as it used to be.
Correct.
So I realized that I had to diversify. So I also started investing in stocks and shares. Of course, I had been investing in stocks and shares right from my college days.
Wow.
In a small way. And along the way, I had been investing in stocks and shares. But at this point of time, I started migrating from real estate, investing to real estate properties into stocks and shares.
Okay.
And then I said the hospitality is a good business, because that was always at the back of my mind.
Correct.
And I always had this dream and vision to put up a resort. And then that's how Rosetta was born.
Okay, good. So here two things which I wanted to ask you, like as an entrepreneur and as a real estate developer, what is the one message or like tip which you wanted to give those who are planning to buy a property anywhere? It may be like not only in Bangalore, anywhere. What are the precautions which they have to take, or what is the planning they have to do before buying a real estate?
Okay, real estate doesn't come cheap in the sense that is a fairly large investment to be made. So it's important to start saving early, first of all.
Correct.
Number one. Number two is once you have reached, because you have to put in typically between 10% and 25% of the amount required to invest.
Correct.
So therefore, it's important to start saving early. So once you reach this critical point, and depending on how much you have saved and all that, which is also a function of what you earn,
Correct.
and you could look to buy either an apartment or a plot. But I would suggest initially buying a plot because it's far cheaper than an apartment. And once you have bought this plot, you can always take a loan for the balance amount.
Correct.
And after about 4 or 5 years, the plot is appreciated. Typically, plots appreciate much faster than apartments.
Correct.
So when you need a place to stay for yourself, you can sell this plot and buy that apartment.
Yes.
So then the incremental loan to buy an apartment will be very nominal.
Correct.
Right? So I always suggest, this two-stage approach.
Yeah.
Buy a plot and then migrate to an apartment.
Yes, that is a very good tip. What we can say that nowadays, like a lot of people, even parents say buy one plot or buy one apartment and all, but there is no planning. There are a lot of people who bought entirely on loan or like taking a personal loan. Then maybe they are planning to shift or something happened in their life and they could not able to pay the EMIs. Then their total life is in mess. Because when I do a financial planning, I see a lot of people has went through that journey. So that's the reason I asked like how people can prepare. I think as all the viewers, very important, start saving early. Next, plan well so that you can, whatever your dreams, of course, everyone need one house to stay. So whenever you wanted to buy that house, you should have enough corpus and you should plan well so that you can, even if you take a loan, you can manage it later.
I would suggest that once you have achieved a critical level of savings, look at buying a plot.
Correct.
Right? Because typically you are still single at that point of time.
Correct.
Then when you're married, you can then sell the plot and then buy an apartment.
Buy an apartment, yes. Family together they can stay because when they are bachelor, they can manage anyway.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Thank you so much for that. Now we have come to our end of episode 1 where we have discussed a lot about Errol's childhood, his younger days, how he has started his journey from the college to his entrepreneurship journey. I just wanted to ask something. Is there any memories which you wanted to recall, which you wanted to cherish nowadays, which is from your childhood or from your school days?
Yeah, I think a couple of things. One is I still very dearly remember my 4th standard teacher at St. Joseph's. Her name is Lynette Lobo.
Okay.
She's 92 years old.
Wow.
And I still run into her when we have any of our community events. In fact, recently I met her at our 70th anniversary of KCA.
Oh.
And she's still very active and very jovial.
Okay.
I owe a lot to her because she was so supportive during my early days in school. Yes, that was one thing. And the other thing that I remember was I was always into sports in school. We ran the 100 meters. I think I came 2nd or 3rd.
Okay.
I didn't come first. But that record, the 1st, 2nd and 3rd, we were in the C section because of our height. We are not very tall guys. Still, I'm told it still stands today.
Okay.
It was somewhere about the 12 or 13 second range.
Okay.
So I'm told it's still a school record. So
Wow.
those are 2 things that I'm really happy to recall. And of course, there are so many other incidents, but too many to go into here.
I think you are every time you are breaking some records and going to the next level in your entire life journey. That is very, very inspiring for all of us. So thank you so much for that. Dear viewers, we have discussed a lot about Errol's childhood and his entrepreneurship journey. There are a lot more to learn in our next episode where we are discussing more about his family life and how he is getting to stock market, because today he is one among the top investor where we can see in the equity market. Not only that, he has diversified his portfolio very well. We will discuss and learn a lot of things from those areas in our next episode. Stay tuned. Please subscribe and share this with your family members and friends so that you, along with your family members, learn a lot from Mr. Errol Fernandes and you can implement and you can get inspiration from him. Thank you so much, Errol, for this wonderful time.
My pleasure, Maria.
Yeah, thank you.
The seeds of the legacy are sown in silence, in moments, in memories, and in mentors. Today, we uncovered the roots of Mr. Errol Fernandes, A story that proves wealth isn't born overnight. It is nurtured over generations. Stay tuned for part 2, where Errol Fernandes reveals his secret to unstoppable energy and focus. It is not business, it's his fitness lifestyle. See you there.